Wait, am I running the intro?
You're muted.
Hello and welcome to Echo Arena VRML 2. We have this matchup between Omega in orange and Team Gravity in blue. So we are underway with the first round of neutral joust going in hands of Omega, being hunted by Team Gravity. That initial headbutt. And Emil with possession outside the bubble. Under pressure will get stunned out, and incoming is Lewis. So Lewis with possession, trying to find that clear through mid. Will bounce off the Geo and back towards the Team Gravity bubble. Picked up, and the shot will come through. Will bounce wide, be picked up by BK behind goal, and he will find that 2 points to start off this round. 30 seconds off the clock.
Sorry for that abrupt start, but yeah, BK putting that in after a missed clear from Team Gravity is something you don't see very often. But Omega taking advantage of that, and important to note that Omega is a team full of very experienced players who have all played in VRML Season 1, and some before that as well, and of course Team Gravity the same. Oh, another interception comes out from Omega, and they try a 3-point shot, but not going in this time.
Slapped out towards Maddie, so Maddie will pick it up along the ceiling, send it up to BK, and get that give and go right back to Maddie. Maddie feeding it right back to Bowtie. They're going to slow it down. Omega with this 2-point advantage, hitting that pass above goal, but not the angle, taking it to Shield, and another 2 points. Emil with the assist by BK at 4 meters. So starting off strong is Omega with 4 points under their belt.
Yeah, and quick hello to everybody in the chat. See Mozzie in there as well. And I didn't really introduce ourselves. So I'm Swift, and joining me is SputnikKobra on the co-casting booth. And Alpacino will take this one this time for Team Gravity, taking this one a little bit slower to Simon and then up eventually to Viatrex. But that's a really good stack from Omega, but the back pass comes through for Team Gravity, and they're just going to reset.
And slowing it down they will, so down by 2 possessions. Simon taking a long ramp, not under pressure, trying to find this angle, setting it behind goal and right into the hands of Al Pacino, who's going to take it in. So that's 2 points, 7 minutes, 50 seconds. This is back and forth. This is going to be a good matchup.
Absolutely, and that is a nice crack of a shot from Al Pacino. Of course, the pass from Team Gravity absolutely on point, but also the stacks from Omega there as well, and good attempt on the defense, although I'm not able to stop that one. But still in the lead by 2 points, Omega here. But after this interception from Team Gravity, and this cross pass looking to be fed for Simon, and the backhand shot will be taken. But Taco on Thursday with a great save there, and going to be BK on the clear.
Taco able to make that save and find that clear, and pursuing it will be Omega, trying to pick it up, finding it in the bubble, but getting stunned out. It'll fly out of that bubble, be picked up by Simon, who sends it cross for the clear.
Yeah, and they start trying to form for Team Gravity, actually being a bit delayed here, and this one will get shot out, but going to be Simon on the interception of the clear, and now it's Simon trying to walk this one in, but no, going to get stunned and covered by the Omega team, and this one going to be cleared through, but Team Gravity immediately going to collect that one, and Simon going to pass that one out.
Simon getting that cheeky duck, but that quick boost from Omega responded very quickly, getting that stun out, getting possession, but not able to get it out of their back court. So in the hands of Simon, looking to start this offensive possession.
Simon getting this one off to Al Pacino after waiting for that one, and this one will be quickly crossed out to Lewis, and he will get that 2-pointer. So you notice that they wait for them to push before they pass at all. A really smart move from Team Gravity will win them the 2 points and equalize here.
Strong matchup. This is a good game. And with it going to Taco on Thursday QBing, I know that we have only 13 viewers in the current stream, but really, you're in for a treat. So it's tied up, approaching the halftime mark with Omega, a newer team of veteran players against a very veteran team of veteran players, Team Gravity. So along the floor is Maddie sending a cross to Taco. Taco looking for that angle under pressure, able to avoid that defender, sends it to Bowtie to Maddie, and looking for that angle and finding it is BK. The assist by Maddie from Bowtie. So great passing from Omega, and they're really making short work of this Team Gravity defense.
Really nice passing play there, you see, from Omega getting the back pass and then immediately shunting it forward. trying to disrupt the defense, and it certainly worked that time. So Omega, knowing all the weaknesses of Gravity, trying to exploit them, and you see them pretty often as well, trying to get those stuns on the stack of Team Gravity, which is something that we see very often from teams against Gravity, but also pretty stack heavy here on Omega, as you see that one come through, but the 3-pointer just missing out there.
And getting through a bunch of players, getting these steals and stuns, getting possession will be Omega, but not able to find that pass as a player is stunned out along the floor. Go to the hands of Viatrex, so Viatrex looking for that clear and getting it past that backline player. And this transitional play will come through with Omega getting into the bubble. And enough time for possession to go to Team Gravity. They'll initially lose it, but Simon will pick it up at mid.
And Viatrex here trying to pull this one through to Emil. And Emil trying to walk this one in. Gets this one. Ooh, and instead of opting for the pass to Al Pacino, gets that 2-pointer just straight up 19-meter-second 3-pointer from Simon.
You can see Simon shaking his head before he got that duck. A little bit of flair from Simon with that long sidearm shot. So it's tied up. 4 minutes on the clock. Joust advantage to Omega to QB is Taco and Thursday holding, awaiting that incoming blitz. But look at Team Gravity's stack retreat and get back to that transition play they need. And possession will change to Omega and just Team Gravity with that stack pursuing it.
Yeah, this one going to go off to the side here, and Matty going to try and recollect here from Omega, but not quite going to work. And it's going to be 2 Viatrex, and him clearing it out. And the player, Lewis here from Team Gravity, trying to get a little bit of a leech there, try to go for the disc, but not quite going to work out. Omega gets this one, and Emil gets this cross pass to Matty, and the pass back again, try and get it out of their half, but that pass missing actually. And Lewis still trying to put pressure on, kind of just a one-man pressure here, and he will get the disc, but no, going to miss that 2-pointer, and he said it's going to go into Taco's hands. A huge missed opportunity, but it will be rebounded, and Al Pacino with the 3-pointer.
Omega starting off this first round with a lead, a 2-possession lead, but they will forfeit it, and when they need it to get points on the board, they're going to throw that interception. Al Pacino will find 3 points.
Yeah, and unfortunately they missed those that first 2, but turned out even better for them actually, because they did get the 3-pointer off of it, but that's not a shot you see missed very often from the players of Team Gravity. Lewis going to try and go for this one and actually try and go for this bounce shot, but Simon not able to put enough pressure on either on the offense there. So BK here going to try and walk this one back again to Matty, and going to try and walk this one through here once the Omega stack gets through, but not quite there. Overshooting, and Al Pacino actually losing the handles on the disc, so Matty actually going to take this 3-point shot, and actually unexpectedly takes a bounce, and Lewis wasn't expecting that, and does go in from 20 meters. An excellent shot from Matty to equalize again.
Excellent shot, like you said, in that transitional play, that defensive play from Team Gravity was on point. They got back to bubble, they got set up, but maybe the communication wasn't there, and it will go off the backboard and into the goal, so it's a tie game. 9 points from both teams. Less than 2 minutes on the clock, and getting that interception, but throwing another one will be Omega, so it will be in the hands of Team Gravity. Up to Viatrex. Viatrex looking for that cross and finding it to Lewis. So Lewis will take that 2 points. It's 9-11, approaching a minute left.
Excellent play there. Immediately progressing up the field, having all of the passes planned out ahead of time, and immediately executing it, catching off the defense of Omega. So really good job by Gravity yet again. With a minute remaining, it could be just down to who gets the last goal. If there happens to be a 3-pointer scored, and speaking of that, here comes Simon with this pass to Viatrex. Not quite a 3-pointer, but it will be 2, and actually going to make it much more difficult here for Omega. With just a minute left, then they have to score 2 goals now to equalize.
Now with less than a minute, with 2 possession advantage to Team Gravity, it's going to be a difficult task for Omega to equalize this. So getting stunned out on top of Ness, missing the shot. So at the floor with possession, Lewis sending it back and then trying to go off that backboard. So 30 seconds on the clock, time is running out. I don't think they're going to be able to come back from this. So they will lose in the first round, but I could easily see this matchup go to 3 rounds.
Yeah, unfortunate plays from both sides there. Taco losing the disc to the steal, and then the missed 3-pointer. But don't know if you saw there, Lewis, I believe it was, taking up the shot. He didn't actually take the two-pointer. The reason he took it so late is just to waste all the time that he could. Walked it all the way up to the goal and took the bounce shot. And even though it didn't go in, he did manage to waste an awful lot of time, which they're definitely in need of now. This three-pointer not quite going in for the compensation goal at the end, but just a few points away in round one, and very, very close game so far.
An excellent matchup, an excellent game in this first round. Team Gravity will take the first round. So with that, Omega has to respond. They have to take this second round. They started off very strong in the first round, 2-possession advantage. Then they were able to equalize it, but then Team Gravity was able to capitalize on a few errors near the bubble, find a long three, finding close goals, and making it very difficult for Omega.
Not bad not getting the Ignite bot open, so those are going to be the last teams, the last matches stats, but should be updated and ready for the next round.
Well, without stats, I know that Alakas, excuse me, I'm mixing things up. I'm reading chat. Alakas coming through in chat and saying, I missed the beginning of it. It was a good start to this round, good start to this matchup. I'm sure that round two will be just as exciting, and this is a criminally underrated matchup. This is two very strong teams, and I really would like to see what Omega can do for the rest of this season. If only I had a crystal ball.
I mean, don't we all wish we had that? And interesting to see what the connoisseur votes were actually saying for this match, because a lot of people likely haven't heard of just the team name Omega, because it's not been around for too long, but the players on it definitely been playing together for quite a long time. At this point, they've been practicing for quite a while here, and it definitely shows as Taco goes for this three-pointer, but not quite going to make it through. But going to be recollected by BK, who's going to reset this for the offense, passing down to Martin to Emil, and he's going to get that two-pointer.
It's like the first round, starting off strong, getting 2 points on the board, less than 30 seconds off the clock. Actually, 30 seconds. The previous round, it was 27 seconds. So starting off strong, they start off strong from neutral joust, and Omega is just as strong as any other team, but they're having a hard time finishing and maintaining that momentum. So let's see if they can take away a win in the second round.
Yeah, absolutely. They seem to lose momentum after that interception from Gravity towards the end of last game. So let's see if they can hold it for a little bit longer this time. They actually did take the first points the last game as well. They just need to see if they can stay on top of these back and forth goals, and that intercept might just do it here. The slap out from Emil, but they will need to get some stacks together. Being denied though by Gravity so far, and finally getting one through, and actually beating Gravity to the disc, and BK is going to put that in for the two-pointer, excuse me.
It's 2-possession advantage in this second round. They have a cushion, but it didn't help in the first round. I want to see this go to 3 rounds. And Team Gravity to have joust advantage. Simon to QB. Well, excuse me, let me see. Yep, Simon to QB. So with possession, sending it from Nest and trying to pull the stack from Omega out of position, and they're waiting to pounce on this pass.
Yeah, and this passing lane, just perfect almost from Team Gravity. The triangular passing positions here from Gravity, and it will work out, progress them all the way up the field. And this one going to Simon again, but just going to miss there. But Viatrek's trying to recollect, not quite there. It's going to be slapped away by a member of Omega, and Matty's going to do this, get this through here, although the clear just missing now. But the 3-man stack will collect it, but Al Pacino with another great intercept, and this one going to look to look it through again. And Al Pacino just going to wait for the place to get up.
Al Pacino to approach bubble, getting that forward pass to floor to Viatrex. Viatrex along the Geo to Simon. Simon look for that cross, but the stop from Taco on Thursday denies that opportunity. An excellent stop from him in goal, so we'll be back into the hands of Team Gravity. They can restart this. Another cross, but they'll get that one through with the slam dunk as Lewis twirls around that crossbar and puts it in.
An excellent fake from Lewis there, finishing that offensive play. Juking around, faking the shot from forward and then just swinging it behind. It's a dunk we see relatively often now, but Lewis just executes it perfectly there, and very difficult to do stuff like that in the heat of the moment. Oh, and speaking of the heat of the moment, Gravity producing a lot of heat there with that defense and stopping that offensive position with the stack on their end.
A lot of vertical movement from Simon. Simon been able to avoid this defense and losing possession of an errant pass and a crash, no crash out. Al Pacino will send it to Simon at mid. And Simon back to Al Pacino. So they're just trying to pull that defender out of position, which they will achieve. And trying to get this advantage towards Bubble, they'll send it cross. And another pass will bounce off the Geo, be picked up by Lewis. So they're just trying to find their angles right now, but this defense from Omega is just so strong.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get this through here without losing the disc. Viatrek's going to try and get this one to Opportuno, just missing that one. And actually, this might be the turnover that Omega needs to get some more points on the board, and they will get that one before the Gravity stack comes through. But Gravity, as a second time, trying to recollect on this, and Simon will get that one. And the pass to Lewis comes out, looking for the three-point angle, but not quite there, as the goalie has reached his position, and now this one's Simon. Oh, gonna try and go for that pass, but Taco with another save. Excellent job on the defense there for Omega, denying that two-pointer, which would have brought them back to the 4 points that they need right now to draw up this match. Lewis is going to try and walk this one up for himself. No, he's going to pass this one up to Viatrex, but that's some excellent blocking. They know that the angle is tight from under the goal, so they just all rush to his position, and he has nothing that he can do under so much pressure. And just excellent defense overall from Team Omega.
Team Gravity taking it slow. They're playing methodically. Taco on Thursday able to deny 2 shot attempts, and they're going to throw a pass cross. It will go off the Geo, be picked up by Lewis, able to pull it away from that defender. And looking for that pass under goal, and that angle, they'll take it. So Taco on Thursday won't be able to get that one, shutting down a previous shot from below goal. But nonetheless, it's now tied up. Less than 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and I mean, plenty of highlights this game for Taco on the defense of Omega, and just not able to convert really. The clear, unfortunately, hitting one of the blocks on the enemy trench, so we're not quite able to recollect on that one on the other end. So ultimately stopping them from getting any more points and converting it onto the defense. And also Gravity are just putting on so much pressure that it's really difficult for them to decide like where the passes are going to go. And again, they're pressured so heavily by the stack, it's so difficult to find the passes, and Gravity will receive possession due to that yet again, and now trying to walk this one up, and no doubt will pass to Lewis, who actually will lose a disc after taking a little bit too long with it in the bubble. Omega losing a player here, unfortunately, but it's going to be Simon at the back line with the disc for Team Gravity.
With this man disadvantage, they are going to have an issue, but they are able to find possession to try to slap it out. Will go back in their hands, and a stop from Taco on Thursday will shut down that angle. So they're still holding on with this man disadvantage, and the other player will come back in to play, and they'll find their boost down court, so they have this momentum. But the stop from Viatrex will deny that opportunity. They'll send it for the clear. Will be stopped by that backline player. Maddie with possession, looking for that pass, getting it to post, and that authoritative slam from Emil. So 2 points to Omega. They have this one possession advantage, less than 3 minutes on the clock.
And it's going to the chat there as well, Meatball, saying this defense is nuts, and it absolutely is. From both teams, don't get me wrong, it's Team Gravity are taking a lot of offensive opportunities, but also Omega being stopped plenty of times by Gravity's defense as well. Both teams have such a great stack, and also just great positioning in general, and just amazing game sense to know who they have to cover and push, that it's almost impossible to get past the defense. So that's why it's taking so many chances on both ends of the court to try and get it through to the goal. It's being stopped so many times by both of the both of the team's defenses. So, I mean, it's really a close so far. This one being taken by Emil of Omega, and he will back it out and try and find some more time with the disc so that they can get their stacks ready, and that they will absolutely do, beating them first to the disc, and now going for this 2-point shot, but no, Al Pacino's already in the goal, and he does go for that one. Ooh, goes for the back pass, almost a signature Gravity own goal, but goes back to Taco on Thursday, but not quite there, and now BK will recollect for Omega and take another 2-pointer, now 8-4.
What a struggle for that goal. BK able to find it off that lost possession from that incoming Team Gravity stack. Just Team Gravity coming out of nowhere. They might have been stopped on the backfield by Taco on Thursday, but they kept challenging, but it wasn't enough. So Simon to QB, down by 4. Team Gravity looking to put points on the boards. 2 possession down. Less than a minute and 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Lewis here just doing a little bit of jukes here, trying to find some more time, trying to find as much time as they can, and trying to progress this up. Gonna be Lewis with the back out to Simon, and Simon just gonna try and find some more passing opportunities. They have to do something quick here, they know it. Simon just grabbing the disc, but not quite able to find it on the other side of the shield, and now another stack race. So over on the other end, and it's gonna be Omega beating Gravity to their own battle, it seems, and Matty gonna take that 2-pointer.
Omega able to maintain that momentum in this second round that they weren't able to do in the first round. They're finishing strong. No chance for Team Gravity to come back. So we will be looking at a third round, but what a turnaround. Just great performance from Omega, and just an exciting matchup for this relatively unknown team in terms of their name. Veteran players, extremely accomplished players, but they are playing under this new team name, and with that twirl, but not able to finish it off, is Simon trying to put some flair on that shot, and it will sail out towards the edge of the bubble. They'll find this cross pass, but it's not enough. Time will run out, and we'll be looking at a third round.
Yeah, that's going to end it 10-6 for Omega in the second round, but Omega winning that one out, and an incredibly close game we've seen so far. From both teams, just doing an amazing job on the offense and the defensive ends. So we'll see what we could, who will bring out the third and final round, which we'll be going into very soon.
No predictions. I know it's gonna be an exciting matchup. Just Team Gravity on that one, it's like the last shot and score from Omega, where they kept challenging. Taco on Thursday was keeping that stack locked up in the back court, but they kept fighting. They were able to come back into play, and they almost made the difference. They did force a possession loss, but they weren't able to retrieve it, and BK would put it in behind goal. So just a lot of hard play for both of these teams. Fast, frantic, and intense.
Yeah, and I mean, just going to go to the stats for a little bit. Of course, not done with this game yet. We've still got another very exciting round to go through. But so far, actually the possession is, to be honest, a lot more one-sided than it looks to be. Team Gravity with 67% possession and 62% shots taken, but obviously that being balanced out by the great defense of Omega so far. So, I mean, we'll see what we can see in the third round and see if Omega can keep the momentum that they found in the second round.
Absolutely, and that joust will be knocked off the heads of Omega, but they aren't able to recover it. We recovered by Team Gravity, sends it off the Geo. Now it's a flurry of possession changes in the mid, and pursuing it will be the stack from Omega, but not able to get it in the bubble, and it will be cleared out and past the backline player of Omega. So Team Gravity will pursue it, and they'll have this advantage. Will bounce off the head of a player and out of bubble, so Viatrex to pick it up.
And now to Simon. Simon trying to get this cross pass to Al Pacino, and he will finish that just above the goalie's head there. Just great shot placement and great passing play very quickly from Team Gravity before Omega is able to get the stack back for the defense.
Very quick play. Just both teams coming out of the gates. A lot of it speed, and not able to recover it was Omega, but sending it to Team Gravity. Team Gravity bounced it off the Geo, and then just a series of clears.
And Emil trying to take this one back and find as much time as they can with the passes, actually stunning away the stack, but it's not enough, and the back pass will actually not find its way to any of the players on Omega, and instead it's going to be Gravity with the stack, trying to find the finish here. Lewis, but being cut off on the angle, and now trying to get it cleared here is going to be Matty for Team Omega, and he will get it cleared down mid, and this stack almost will recover the disc, but overshooting a little bit here, trying to get some defense on that. Emil with the stun, and another 3-pointer. Excellent play there from Emil over on Omega.
Emil able to find that advantage and put in that long shot, so it's a 1-point advantage to Omega in this third round. 8 minutes on the clock.
And just absolutely outstanding play to get that stun, and then to make the shot as well. And Omega again on the offense with that, but the shot will be blocked out by Al Pacino. And now to Simon, trying to progress it up, but will take as much time as they can, getting the back pass, and Lewis just trying to walk this one up on the 1-on-2, but he will back it out after getting pressured by the stack.
Al Pacino with possession, taking his time near mid, trying to find an angle, trying to await that defense, so he will miss that pass and will bounce off the Geo, but picked up by Simon, able to maneuver, and with that cross pass, they'll find it via Trex from Lewis. It's a 1-point advantage now to Team Gravity. It's going back and forth. It's been back and forth for this whole matchup, and this third round is not going to disappoint.
Yeah, and just, again, amazing play by Team Gravity to walk that one up, and every single time that they realize that there's not a player for the pass and they're getting pressured, it's immediately back pass, and that's maybe one of the hardest things to get into in Echo Arena is to focus on back passing it, and that you don't always have to just throw it forward and hope for the best. And here comes this shot for Al Pacino, but not quite going to work there, losing the hands a little bit, but flying past Al Pacino actually on the back pass, so Omega getting the chance to find a couple of stuns here and try and put some pressure on here, and BK will do just that and get the disc on their end, so they're going to try and clear this through, and now going to be taken by a Viatrex for Team Gravity. No stacks seen just yet, and this is a beautiful pass to Lewis, but not quite there on the shot, so going to be Simon recovering that and taking this by the shield. Now it's going to be Al Pacino going for the 2-point shot. Saka was just getting goal, not quite able to get the hands on it.
Still putting his hands up, trying to challenge that, but Al Pacino with that positional advantage will find the 2 at 5 meters, so this 2 possession, 1 possession, they just need a 3, they will tie it up. 6 minutes on the clock. This is still anyone's game.
Yeah, and getting the stun here is going to be Lewis, and he's going to finish it for Team Gravity. Just a showcase of ultimately just speed there from Team Gravity, doing what they've pretty much always been known for, and that is their stack speed, getting the stun immediately through. You barely saw him even get to Taco, and then immediately recover the disc, and of course finish it. So now 6 points up. I think it's the longest lead we've seen the whole game in all 3 rounds so far. So now Gravity going to try and hold this lead, while Omega is going to try and do something to push it up, and actually this pass missing, and it's going to be Gravity going to recover this one yet again. And Emil though going to try and contest a little bit there. Lewis not finding the clear either, so it's going to be taken here by Matty of Omega.
On that wall, Matty will look for a pass. He's not under pressure just yet. They're getting set up around that bubble, sending it to Nest, and this is looking like an easy goal, and they will find it. So Emil, the assist by Matty along the wall. This is only 2 possessions, and they've shown that they can come back from this. They just have to maintain their momentum.
Yeah, and just, of course, I don't know why we see GG in chat. It's certainly not a GG. There is
Absolutely
4 minutes 40.
for.
There's 4 minutes 40 remaining, and there's only 4 points really needed for Omega to bring this one back, and we've seen that they can definitely do it. Al Pacino is trying to run as much time as he can down the clock, and Omega know also the consequences of trying to push this one. They've got to bring that stack back, and none of them getting stunned. Actually, they will now, and that's going to be very difficult for them to get back now for the defense, but a really great stack there will actually bring them back. They just have to recover a little bit here, while Gravity just try and take as much time off the clock as possible. They know how much of a threat Omega's offense is when they're going to get the disc, so they're going to try and hold it off for as long as they can, and take as much time as they can. And I mean, for a team like Gravity, who won the last season of VRML, this is almost just a compliment to the other team, that they have to they have to run down the clock as much as they can, because they know for a fact if they lose the disc, it's gonna definitely be a chance of loss here. So this one gonna go down to Viatrex and back up to Simon, and an excellent passing play there for Team Gravity with a couple of passes, and then gonna finish it.
Excellently placed in that top pocket. They took their time. Very rushed defensive play, at least looking like it for Omega, and just Team Gravity with this consistent, methodical play in and around the bubble.
And this one going to be passed to Emil, back to Taco. And they still have 3 minutes 10 remaining. It's definitely still a chance here, but Gravity trying to deny it, and in fact they will with the bounce shot
Shit.
from 3-pointers. As I mute the open comms.
And that's definitely got to take the wind out of their sails. 3 minutes remaining. They can do this. This is a 9-point deficit. This is 3 threes, and they've shown that they can hit the threes. They get the positional advantages. They get the stuns. So QBing will be Taco on Thursday, setting it to mid, up to BK. BK setting it to tube, and they're not giving up just yet. They're going to keep fighting till the end.
And oh, this pass to BK actually might progress something up the field, and now Emil, oh, gonna go for the anchor shot, but just gonna miss it there. And this one gonna go straight into the hands of Simon from Team Gravity, and again they're just gonna run down the clock. And this clear and boost gonna not quite work, and the clear not quite through, but still on the stack, and they do recover this. So Alpacino now trying to run down time again on the other end, taken by Simon after a couple of jukes here. And now Lewis gonna try and walk it up. Go for a couple of fakes, and now gonna take it in for the 2 as well, being covered by 2 defenders. Great offense there by Lewis with the fakes and the shot.
Team Gravity has to be feeling good. They have a huge cushion right now, less than 2 minutes on the clock, kind of running away with this game. They found that momentum, they found that streak in the second half of this 3rd round, and they're just really hitting their stride.
Yeah, and of course, seeing Nightfire in the chat with some good movement, and absolutely it is, and a very important mechanic in Echo Arena that seems to be a little bit overlooked is all of the movement that goes into it. And of course, going to be Lewis going to take this one, actually going to miss that 3-pointer, and Al Pacino going to lose the disc to Matty. Matty going to try and find a 3-point shot here on the open goal, not quite going to make it though, and it's going to be Al Pacino taking this one to Simon. Realizing that the goal is closed off, so he is going to just back this one out. And a minute remaining. Going to be incredibly difficult for Omega here to come back. And yeah, it's going to be bring down the clock here for Gravity. And Simon trying to progress this one in for one of the last offensive opportunities. In fact, he's going to seal the deal with that 3-pointer. So that will be GG, closing it off that round 3. And Gravity just picking up so much momentum in the 3rd round, and just denying Omega so many opportunities, getting so many intercepts, that they really managed to take the wind out of them, especially with so many 3-pointers.
And it should be said that despite this, I believe that Omega is one of the best teams in this league, one of the best teams in the world. That Emil, BK, Maddie, and Taco on Thursday are all incredibly strong players. I don't know how long they've been playing together, but I'll ask Swift. Swift, how long has this team been around?
Well, they've been, well, the players themselves have been around for forever, longer than me. And, of course, Matty, previously playing in Phantoms, one of the other top EU teams. But Omega, as a team, forming, I believe, just a few weeks before the start of the season, and they've done incredibly well to well, of course they've played together before due to scrims and etc., but they have definitely done a really good job at competing against one of the, well, if not going off of the last season's record, the best EU team, I guess you could say, objectively. And I mean, they faced this well off against them. It really comes to show what you can do in just a few weeks if you put your mind to it. They've really brought their team's chemistry a long way in just a short amount of time. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for Omega to see what they can show for the coming weeks. I mean, especially if they have even longer to train up that chemistry, and if their stacks are this good now, just a few weeks after forming, then what are they going to be like in the future?
Definitely, and I just can't wait to see them play more. It's easy as that. They're an incredibly strong team. They just have to work on their chemistry. They're all incredibly strong players, so they will find their stride, and I can't wait to see it. And looking at these stats, we'll have Emil with 11 points, BK with 8 points, Maddie with 2 points, 2 assists, 1 save, 1 steal. Taco on Thursday coming through with 4 saves, able to shut down a lot of opportunities that Team Gravity had in the bubble in the second round and secure that second round win for Omega. Al Pacino with 13 points, Lewis 11, Simon with 10, finishing it off with that incredibly strong three-pointer at 19 meters a second, and Viatrix with 4 points, 27 stuns. So that just very strong play from Team Gravity, very physical play, great defense and offense from both teams, and just Team Gravity able to secure that win.
Yeah, and I mean, with that being said, and that amazing match done and in the books now, thank you everybody in the chat. See all the GGs coming in there. Meatball and Nightfire, Happy William, Mozzie, Second Cats, and Grumpiest Broom. J for Jack, and I saw Alcost in there as well earlier on. Go and show some support, speaking of Alcost and Nightfire as well actually, go show some support for all the league mods. All of this of course would not be possible without some people to moderate the damn thing. It's grown incredibly large. It's just short amount of time, and you can thank all the league mods for being able to keep it all together, and Taco on Thursday coming in as well with the GGs of his own. But yeah, with that being said, later on today we've got a few more matches. That will be my last for today, but in 3 hours time we've got a Team Loki versus Aztecs with Sir Dimwee casting that one. And later on as well, Space versus Mars and Phoenix versus Team Sleep, and that's just what's being casted right now. And I'm sure there'll be plenty more matches added to that list later on as well. Make sure to keep yourselves up to date on the matches page of VRML. With that being said, anyway, GG's. I've been Swift. That's been SputnikKobra, my co-caster, and we'll see you all in the next match. Goodbye.